A visit to the Virginia War Memorial is far more than just seeing the names inscribed upon the walls. It's hearing the stories behind the names that brings the Virginia War Memorial to life.
It was a terrible loss, but he did not die in vain.
Has been reported missing in action over Germany.
Silver Star was awarded for the gallantry in action.
His men liked him. They trusted him, respected him.
Who he was as a man and what he stood for.
He won 4 Bronze Stars.
He was 27 when he died. He had the biggest heart, so much life still to live.
We have to remember our past. We have to remember those who've sacrificed for us.
The Virginia War Memorial is a living monument to the Virginians whose lives were lost in service to our country. They may be gone, but here, they are never forgotten. The memorial was established in 1956 to be the Commonwealth of Virginia's memorial to those who died in World War II. Before construction was complete, there was the need to add the names from the Korean War as well, then Vietnam, and the Persian Gulf War. The shrine of memory was full with Virginians who died in these wars, but a new expansion was needed in 2020 to include those lost in Beirut, Iraq, and Afghanistan as part of the global war on terrorism.
The Virginia War Memorial is, to me, not necessarily a place to mourn our veterans as it is a place to honor our veterans. It's a place that can be somber. It's a place that can be educational.
It's a beautiful place. It's a sacred place where you come to honor somebody and pay your respects.
You can see everyone's names that are etched on these walls that have fought for our freedom. They gave up their freedom in order for us to have freedom.
Someone who is willing to give up all of their tomorrows it's just because they believe in their hearts that freedom is worth everything, including their lives.
Enshrining the names of those servicemen and women here help us to keep their names in our hearts so that they can live forever.
We've researched a lot of those names out there on that wall. If their kin was on that wall, we'll say, well, here he is right here. This is a story. This is what happened.
It's a place for men and their sons and mothers and their daughters to come and hear about the great people that have led this country and come from Virginia and represented us. It is so important to save these stories, and it's so important for this War Memorial to be here.
Today, there are many things to see and experience during your visit. Galleries ranging from weaponry to veteran artwork. Documentary films showcasing Virginians at war from the beaches of Normandy to the deserts of the Middle East. And reverent spaces like the Medal of Honor Gallery dedicated to the 50 recipients from the Commonwealth of Virginia.
It is important to know when were the wars, when were the conflicts, why they started, but to have people who can actually tell you the stories. That just brings history alive.
The true heart and soul of the Virginia War Memorial are our volunteers, most of them veterans themselves, with their own experiences and stories.
I came down here for one of the services of Memorial Day. This little girl, she's about 4 or 5 years old, came up to me with her dad, and he said, "Is it all right if my daughter gives you something?" And I said, "Sure." And it was a little bookmark that she had made, and it said, "Thank you for your service. God bless America." I told my wife, I said, "I'm going to start volunteering at the War Memorial."
I found a home or a place to come to be honored as a Vietnam veteran, because a Vietnam veteran didn't get that homecoming that our returning veterans get now. Every time I volunteer, every week I come, I'm welcomed home.
I get to walk around every day, paying tribute to all the veterans, who made the ultimate sacrifice. That's what it's all about. It's not about this building. It's about the memorial, those names on the wall outside.
One of the greatest things about my job at the Virginia War Memorial has been meeting the members of the Gold Star families who have a loved one enshrined here at the Virginia War Memorial. The biggest fear that many Gold Star family members have is that the years will go by and people won't know who their loved one was.
I got an email from him later in years when he was a team leader, and I keep it printed. It's in my wallet. I think when he'd gotten his first taste of combat and realized that he may not always be here. So he took the time to think of me. He said, "Dad, without you pushing me and guiding me the last 24 years, I wouldn't be where I am. Living my dream of leading a platoon of soldiers in combat, the standards you set, and the morals you instilled in me led me to where I am today. And I thank you for making me internalize a desire to serve my country and my family. I'm so proud to be an American and a Ross. I have you to thank for that, for the man I am, and I continue to grow in this life. I love you, Dad. I look forward to seeing you soon." So, pretty easy to see why I've held on to that, and for him to take the time and reach out to his old man, knowing that it would always impact me.
There's a saying that you die twice. Once when you die physically, and once when people no longer remember you. That is what we do not want to have happen for any of these fallen. We do not want them to be forgotten.
Every Gold Star family feels the same as I do, that we will never let that happen. My kids will completely understand who he was and what he did, and how they can best honor their uncle.
When we're young, we may not get the full meaning and power behind these things, but if we plant that seed of patriotism and respect in the young people, they're going to grow to believe in that.
Will the next generation step up and do what needs to be done? And every name on that wall, they stepped up and did what needed to be done.
The person that you're looking at on that wall was willing to give their life, and you put yourself in that position, and would you do it? They made the most selfless decision that they possibly could. They gave us a gift.
Visitors to the Shrine of Memory will see a quote from General Lucian Truscott from World War II that is a challenge to us to ensure that they do not and have not died in vain. We can do that today by remembering, educating, and inspiring as best we can. That is how we truly appreciate and honor their ultimate sacrifice.